Every single thing in the universe has a price. Everything in this universe has its consequences, whether it is right or wrong. If you want to be successful, the main thing is you need to be able to channelize your power to one main thing. You must need not spread your attention, your focus around thousands of different things, but instead focus on just one thing. Channelize your energy and your maximum productivity to this one thing, and which will produce you maximum output. That's why I usually always focus on creating high quality content over high quantity of content. High quality content always will beat high quantity content. It is much more easier to get 100 million views on one video rather than getting 50,000 views on 100 videos. So what are you willing to do? What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to handle? All the best decisions in life are made from the consequences. Now let's talk about how to make the right decision every single time. The rule is simple. If you want to make a good decision in present, then you need to be able to think for its own long-term consequences. What would be the result of the action, the decision that you take in the present moment would have on the future of you? What would you would face in the future by performing this decision right now? Let me give you an example. If you study for your exam, if you prepare for the job, what are the possible consequences? You would get good grade in your university, or you will get a great job. These are the long-term future consequences of the things that you do in the present. You prepare for it, which would lead you to get what you want, reach wherever you want. So this short-term decision making is improved by long-term thinking. Thinking in 10 years ahead in the future, I would know what I should do in the present moment. Like if I were to think that I want to become a millionaire or billionaire in future, so I think about that. I have a goal in mind that is a long term, and what are the actions that am I supposed to take in the present moment would be decided from that goal. That goal will force me to take decision in order to get there from point A to point B. So if you have point B in your mind, which is your final destination, it is much more easier to make short-term decision. These all short-term decision will compile over one over another and form a great line, a great structure, which would lead you to the point B, each baby step at a time. If I have that goal in mind, what action would I take in the present? I would go and work, I would read books, I would research, I would analyze, I would improve my knowledge, I would improve my personality and communication skills and my charisma. All those skills I would improve, because these are skills which are must for becoming this millionaire or billionaire person. I need to have all those skills. It's not like that everyone could be this person. This person has some certain skills level, how to handle people at that level. He knows how to handle stress at that level. If you handle stress for 1 day, 2 days, a week, a month, similarly, or a year, over 10 years, if you are able to handle stress every single day for 10 years, look how strong you would become. That's what the worth of a billionaire person. Thinking about the future improved my short-term decision making. I am able to make short-term decisions just based on thinking what I would become the future. This future intent influences our present actions and force us to act that way. You must ask this question to yourself. What are the possible consequences of not doing this task today? If I am working on a project, I do not give my time to it today. I wasted my time in some other activities, let us suppose. What are the possible consequences would it have on my future? Definitely, it would not help me to reach my destination. The answer is simple, because I'm not working towards my destination. I'm going into a completely different direction. So you must stay on the track. How you would stay on the track? By thinking about the goal, the long-term goal, which would help you in making short-term decisions. For long-term goal, what short-term decision I need to make, what sacrifices I need to make today to get to this position. You ask this question to yourself, you will definitely get an answer. So focus on that and take action and do the things that you are supposed to. You must think of long-term pleasure instead of short-term pleasure. Long-term pleasure will stay with you for whole your life, and the short-term pleasure is a very short-lived. Do you want to be happy for the rest of your life, or you want to be happy for just few hours, few days maybe? What you really want determines your action. Mostly what 90% of people do is they prioritize short-term pleasure over long-term pleasure. So that's why they stuck in that rat race, they stuck in their zone, and they don't ever come out of it. They just stay there and they don't know what's above them. So there comes, to exit that zone, you need to become a highly disciplined person and do the things, the actionable steps to reach the goal. And if you are always stuck in the short-term pleasures, such as wasting time, drugs, porn, and all these things, you would stay in that zone. You won't come through it. But whereas if you think for the long-term pleasure, you have a long, crystal clear idea in your mind, then what would happen is you will have much more patience, and that's all you need. Patience, discipline, and consistency. These three things you need if you want to outcompete all the other rest 90% of the people and come to the top 10% top tier man category. Once a man said, losers try to escape from their fears and drudgery with the activities that are tension relieving, but whereas winners are motivated by their desires towards the activities that are goal achieving. If a task has large potential of a positive impact on your life, on your project, make that your top priority and get started on it right away. Don't wait for anything, just go straight right ahead and do that task. Motivation always requires motive. The more positive impact a task had on your life, it is more likely that you would perform it better and quicker. And to do that task, you would be motivated to overcome procrastination and get it done quickly. And this time, for every single day, working, and to the final destination will fade away eventually. I think that would be defining who you are, would be what you do in that, how you fill that time gap, what action do you take. Do you fill it with your positive energy, positive work, or with the negative? It's totally depend on you. The way how you use your time will define you wherever you would get to in life. Either you would stay there and you would just complain and be consumed by the others, rat race, other people's drugs, or doing useless bunch of crappy shit, or what's the other? And the alternative is you would live a life that's worth living. You would free your parents early on from their work so that they could have their life, they could live their remaining life tension free. That would be much more easier for your parents. That totally depends on you. You have the 100% responsibility of your life. You are responsible for every action that you take, and wherever you reach in your life, you can not blame others for your failure or success. You could not blame anyone. It's totally dependent on you, what you do. Take 100% responsibility for the action and the steps, and stop complaining and stop making excuses. Trust me guys, this would change your life forever if you do these things. It has changed mine, so try this.